The road to full deletes for the L5P Duramax. That is the 2017 and up, as long as they have that engine. Alright guys, so let's start off with the companies that have successfully tuned the L5P ECM. And let's start off with HB Tuners, and they actually do offer the software right now for you, and that is you buy the ECM, a spare one, or you send them your ECM from your L5P, ship it off to them, they fully unlock it for you, ship it back. Sitting at a hefty price of $2,500, which is kind of unaffordable, because then think about buying the equipment, straight pipe, you're going to be spending so much more money that it's not really worth it, because even just the tuning software alone is probably going to cost you like $1,000 itself. So getting into the whole scenario, you're probably going to be spending like $5,000 just for deletes and everything like that. But HB Tuners does not offer software deletes. You will not be able to do that well with them. So then let's move on to PPIE. PPIE also made a video on their delete tuning, and they fully deleted the truck with a race truck L5P, but they do not sell delete tuning as well anymore. I think starting last year or beginning of this year, they
2017 L5P hood stack, rumble idle. Just to prove it's not a hood swap, all you haters. This is a race truck, by the way.
Ready to go.
No coats. Tire pressure. My bad. Dang 420s.
Third one that I know of is Motor Ops in Canada, and they do at the moment sell delete tuning for LMLs. So whenever the software is available and the hardware for the L5P, I'm sure they'll be selling it, because they did officially put a video up that kind of sucks of them deleting the truck, because they threw terrible music over the clip of the footage of the truck. For whatever reason, they put on some music, but it's crazy that 3 companies have already tuned it, I think faster than tuning for the LML. So that's cool that these trucks are finally tuned. I think that's a great thing, but we probably won't see delete tuning for a long time. And the second point that I made before, the entry into actually tuning and deleting the truck is going to be astronomical, because it's just way too expensive now, especially if you go through HB Tuners. So I'm assuming and hoping that Motor Ops comes down with a better and, well, more affordable option than paying $2,500 just to unlock your ECM. And of course, most guys playing on the safe side is going to buy a separate ECM and send that off, just in case whatever happens, they want to go back to stock, they'll have the regular ECM, because is that they are using the hardware side to actually crack the ECM, not brute forcing it, because it's encrypted by SHA-256 by fact that the sun would burn out before any computing power would be able to crack that kind of encryption. So there must have been an exploit within the hardware, just like an Xbox 360 or an iPhone. But of course, just like any hardware of today and how fast technology advances, they always fix it in the next model. So with what whatever was done with the ECU now, the ECM now, is going to be done and fixed and passed. Quite possibly the next model truck, year truck, even if it's still the L5P. It could be 2018 where they just fixed the exploit. Done. So I am a new member to Duramax forums. I like all forms of diesel trucks and just trucks in general. Even the gas truck forums have always been a part of Silverado Sierra. So if you guys are part of truck forums, shout out to you guys. It's pretty awesome. So this one guy with 25 years of IT experience on Duramax forum, which he supports tuning, and actually brought up the topic that the L5P will never be tuned, and by that he means it'll never be brute forced. So of course hardware issues can always be fixed, but here we go. So I just want to also mention, let me make this point here, he does not even consider the L5P solutions right now to be anywhere near just regular tuning. He doesn't even consider it because of how expensive it is, and of course the fact that there is no delete tuning available, and there still really isn't much software available. So let's get into the post. I read through literally 79 pages of this forum post because it intrigues me so much that I'm just really into this. And by the way, guys, we're going to be hitting diesel events here soon, so let's get to it. So because I am arguing the point that GM systems going forward are not going to be cracked does not mean I agree with GM or any other OEM, or would not like the ability to tune my own truck. Simply that I accept the reality of the situation and plan accordingly. So this guy has a L5P and a 6.7 Cummins. So let's start off. I was told today that any GM vehicle with autonomous features like the Super Cruise option will have fully encrypted onboard systems, every module and sensors. So that means with the 2020s, 2019 trucks, and of course all 2020 vehicles are going to be fully encrypted on all computers across, well, how many do we have in here? Like 13 to 15, I'm pretty sure, computers in these newer trucks. That being the fact that there's literally like 3 fuse boxes in them as well. So if anything goes wrong with any of these, or of course if you try to jump somebody's car, you could destroy your truck completely and total it and have to spend probably the cost of the truck to buy new computers. So it's crazy where technology is going in these trucks. So from 2019 on, any GM vehicle with autonomous features will also have over-the-air update capability via OnStar, and that if OnStar is disabled or does not respond with a certain time frame, some vehicle features may be disabled, and the only way to get them re-enabled is to visit an authorized dealer. Now let's say that L5P tuning does come out for, let's say, a 2019 truck, and they're still using the L5P, or they change the engine completely, tuning comes out. OnStar is going to over-the-air signal to the truck. It's going to be reading the software and everything, because in order for the know for sure that's going to be secure, because they don't want hackers hacking into cars and controlling them, causing crashes and causing devastation throughout the entire country. They're going to be sending signals to all these trucks all the time. They're going to be reading where you're going, listening into your truck, tracking you at all times. It's terrible. And of course, if you're going to be running any unsigned code by, let's say, tuning or deleting your truck, they're going to know, and they're going to cut your warranty, or they could even actually take your truck or confiscate it because of the dangers of modifying a vehicle that has autonomous features. And that is the future of all vehicles. Believe it or not, people are saying, I'm going to Ford, I'm going to Cummins because of this, or even just going to a gas. But it's the simple fact of the matter that all vehicles are not going to be modifiable in the near future. So let's say you want to run a custom turbo, never going to be able to tune for that. Just anything modifying under hood performance wise is going to be thrown out the window unless you're going to be running under the stock tune, which makes no sense. So that's what I'm saying. This is Corvettes, this is Camaros, this is trucks. Also, from MY 2020 on, to combat theft and odometer fraud, warranty coverage is being changed so a GM OnStar vehicle that goes off-grid and does not report could have warranty coverage suspended or revoked. A hacked ECM or any other module in GM over-the-air vehicle quickly flagged, and then what? Does anyone really want to find an answer to that on a $70,000 vehicle that they are making 5+ years of payments on? See, that's what I'm saying here. And my opinion on the off-gridness, the fact that I removed OnStar from this truck completely, the tire board itself, the antenna is taped off. That's what I'm saying. I want my privacy, but at the same time, if I'm ever going to buy a new vehicle, which I probably will never buy a new GM vehicle, and that will probably be any new truck at all, because the fact that they're going to do this for probably all brands, never going to buy a new vehicle. I want my privacy. I don't want to be tracked. I may go to remote locations someday. Like, let's say I go and hike the mountains or something where there's no signal probably. It's just not worth it to me at all. I'm never going to buy a new vehicle, especially if other brands do this too. And so just coming on here now, I know for a fact that I won't buy a new GM vehicle anytime soon, probably for the rest of my life. And then a hack DCM over the air, in an over the air vehicle, like I said before, they're going to know if you tune your truck.